prayer that all of us should reflect on. Secretary, please call the roll call. Please call the roll.
Roll call of members. The Honorable Senator Aquino, Senator Cayetano Pia, Senator De La Rosa, Senator Ejercito, Senator Escudero, Senator Estrada, Senator Gatchalian, Senator Go, Senator Ontiveros, Senator Lacson, Senator Lapid, Senator Ligarda, Senator Marcoleta, Senator Marcos, Senator Padilla, Senator Pangilinan, Senator Soto, Senator Tulfo Erwin, Senator Tulfo Rafi, Senator Villanueva, Senator Villar Camille, Senator Villar Mark, Senator Zubiri, Senate President Cayetano Alan is present.
With 22 senators present, the chair declares the presence of a quorum.
Mr. President.
Leader.
Thank you. Mr. President, before we proceed, may I just be allowed to respectfully acknowledge some guests from the gallery? We have guests of our Senate President, Alan Peter Cayetano, Mayor Sammy Co of Pagadian City, who's here with us, guests of Senator Mig Zubiri, may kababayan, the pride of Bulacan, Mr. Juanito Torres, a well-known artist from the great town of Pulilan, Bulacan. He's also with us. Guests of this representation, Mr. President, Councilor Jervy Cruz of Nampicuan, Nueva Ecija. He was the UAAP men's basketball most valuable player, Mr. President, from the UST Growling Tigers. We welcome all of them in this August chamber,
Yes.
Mr. President.
Thank you for being with us today. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this juncture, I move that we dispense with the reading of the journal of the 64th session, May 18, 2026, and consider the same as approved.
Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. President, I move that we proceed with the reference of business.
Is there any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. The Secretary will now read the items in the reference of business.
Bills on first reading. Senate Bill number 2126, an act establishing the National Measurement Institute of the Philippines and appropriating funds therefore by Senator Lapid.
Referred to the Committee on Science and Technology, Civil Service, Government Reorganization, and Professional Regulation, Ways and Means, and Finance.
Senate Bill number 2127, an act extending the corporate life and expanding the powers of the Philippine International Trading Corporation, amending for the purpose PD number 1071, otherwise known as the Revised Charter of the Philippine International Trading Corporation by Senator Lapid.
Refers to the Committee on Government Corporation and Public Enterprise, Trade, Commerce, Entrepreneurship, and Finance.
Resolutions. PSR 386, resolution congratulating and commending Albert Ian de los Santos for his historic gold medal performance and record-breaking feat in the men's 71 kilogram category at the 2026 IWF Junior World Championship in Ismailia, Egypt by Senator Lapid.
Referred to the Committee on Rules.
387, resolution congratulating and commending Filipina Tech leader Kat Borlongan for being honored as a Knight Chevalier of the National Order of Merit, Order National du Mérite by the Republic of France by Senator Lapid.
Referred to the Committee on Rules.
388, resolution urging the Department of Health to strengthen food safety, sanitation, and public health measures following the discovery of drug-resistant bacteria in street-sold palamig beverages in Tondo, Manila by Senator Lapid.
Referred to the Committee on Health and Demography.
389, resolution congratulating and commending Team Pilipinas and Siniende of St. Pedro Poveda College for winning the gold medal in the Open Hip Hop Division of the 2026 International All-Star Federation Dance Worlds Championship held in Orlando, Florida by Senator Lapid.
Referred to the Committee on Rules.
390, resolution urging the Land Transportation Office to conduct a comprehensive study on the implementation of programs promoting the use of reflective and high visibility gears during nighttime to enhance road safety and prevent accidents nationwide by Senator Lapid.
Referred to the Committee on Public Services.
391, resolution congratulating and commending Regine Velasquez Alcacid for being named as the first ever Woman of the Year by Billboard Philippines by Senator Lapid.
Referred to the Committee on Rules.
Committee reports. Committee report number 63 submitted by the Committee on Local Government on House Bill number 7554 introduced by Representatives Fresnedi and Miraflores, an act declaring December 19 of every year as a special non-working holiday in the city of Muntinlupa to be known as Muntinlupa Foundation Day, amending for the purpose RA number 9191, otherwise known as an act declaring the first day of March of every year as a special non-working holiday in the city of Muntinlupa to be known as the Muntinlupa City Charter Day, recommending its approval without amendment. Sponsor, Senator Estrada.
To the calendar for ordinary business.
Committee report number 64, submitted by the Committee on Local Government on House Bill number 7555, introduced by Representatives Tolentino and Miraflores, an act declaring September 6 of every year as a special non-working holiday in the municipality of Mendez Nunez, province of Cavite, to commemorate its founding anniversary, recommending its approval without amendment. Sponsor, Senator Estrada.
To the calendar for ordinary business.
Committee report number 65, submitted by the Committee on Local Government on House Bill number 142, introduced by Representatives Olivares and Miraflores, an act declaring February 13 of every year a special non-working holiday in the city of Parañaque, Metro Manila, amending for the purpose RA number 11460, recommending its approval without amendment. Sponsor, Senator Estrada.
To the calendar for ordinary business.
Committee report number 66, submitted by the Committee on Local Government on House Bill number 761, introduced by Representatives Matugas and Miraflores, an act declaring January 16 of every year a special non-working holiday in the municipality of Dapa, province of Surigao del Norte, in celebration of the feast of its patron saint, the Holy Santo Niño, recommending its approval without amendment. Sponsor, Senator Estrada.
To the calendar for ordinary business.
Committee report number 67, submitted by the Committee on Local Government on House Bill number 762, introduced by Representatives Chan and Miraflores, an act declaring June 17 of every year a special non-working holiday in the city of Lapu-Lapu, province of Cebu, in commemoration of its charter anniversary, recommending its approval without amendment. Sponsor, Senator Estrada.
To the calendar for ordinary business.
Committee report number 68, submitted by the Committee on Local Government on House Bill 1510, introduced by Representatives Yap E. et al., an act declaring July 15 of every year a special non-working holiday in the whole Cordillera Administrative Region in commemoration of its founding anniversary to be known as Cordillera Day, recommending its approval without amendment. Sponsor, Senator Estrada.
To the calendar for ordinary business.
Committee report number 69, submitted by the Committee on Local Government on House Bill number 1538, introduced by Representatives Bolilla and Miraflores, an act declaring June 9 of every year as a special non-working holiday in the municipality of Rosario, province of Batangas, in celebration of its founding anniversary, recommending its approval without amendment. Sponsor, Senator Estrada.
To the calendar for ordinary business.
Committee report number 70, submitted by the Committee on Local Government on House Bill number 1539, introduced by Representatives Bolilla and Miraflores, an act declaring November 11 of every year as a special non-working holiday in the municipality of Taysan, province of Batangas, in celebration of its founding anniversary, recommending its approval without amendment. Sponsor, Senator Estrada.
To the calendar for ordinary business.
Second.
Suspend lang 1 minute. Session suspended.
traversing barangay San Sebastian, Colase, Dalahican, Tangbo, Bonbon, Poblacion, and Suba in the municipality of Samboan through barangays Mantalongon, Tubod, Dakit, Kalubihan, Patupat, Azucena, Santa Ana, Poblacion, and Maghanoy, Kingbuangan, Sayao, Minolos, and Giwanon in the municipality of Barili, province of Cebu as the Pablo P. Garcia Highway. 8498, naming the diversion road commencing at the Ormoc Baybay Southern Leyte Boundary Road in Barangay Bantigue and traversing Barangay Sumanga, Patag, Donghol, Biliboy, and San Pablo up to the diversion junction at the Palo Carigara Ormoc Road in the city of Ormoc, province of Leyte as the Mayor Vicente G. Torres Sr. Avenue. 8499, naming the road from Barangay West Junction of Hermosilla Drive through Barangay North Rizal Extension Road up to Barangay Donghol, Donghol Lake, Imelda Road, which is also referred to by the Department of Public Works and Highways as the Ormoc Lake Imelda National Tertiary Road in the city of Ormoc, province of Leyte as the Judge Benjamin Pongo Sr. Avenue.
Referred to the Committee on Public Works.
8496, renaming the Tawi-Tawi Regional Agricultural College as the Tawi-Tawi State College, expanding its curricular offerings and strengthening its governing board.
Referred to the Committee on Higher Technical and Vocational Education.
8577, converting the Balikcuatro College of Arts and Trades in the municipality of Allen, province of Northern Samar, into a polytechnic institution to be known as the Northern Samar Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefore. 8578, establishing a polytechnic institution in the municipality of Mutyong, province of Samar, to be known as the Mutyong Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefore. 8579, converting the Cagayan de Oro School of Arts and Trades in the city of Cagayan de Oro into a polytechnic institution to be known as the Cagayan de Oro Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefore. 8580, converting the Northern Mindanao School of Fisheries in the municipality of Buenavista, province of Agusan del Norte, into a polytechnic institution to be known as the Northern Mindanao Polytech Institute and appropriating funds therefore. 8581, an act establishing a polytechnic institution in the municipality of Pulangi, province of Albay, to be known as the Pulangi Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefore. 8582, converting the Dipolog School of Fisheries in the city of Dipolog, province of Zamboanga del Norte, into a polytechnic institution to be known as the Zamboanga del Norte Polytechnic Institute of Fisheries and appropriating funds therefore. 8583, converting the Agusan del Sur School of Arts and Trades in the municipality of Prosperidad, province of Agusan del Sur, into a polytechnic institution to be known as the Agusan del Sur Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefore. 8584, converting the Sorsogon National Agricultural School in the municipality of Castilla, province of Sorsogon, into a polytechnic institution to be known as the Sorsogon Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefore. 8612, establishing a polytechnic institution in the municipality of Santa Maria, province of Bulacan, to be known as the Santa Maria Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefore.
Referred to the Committees on Higher Technical and Vocational Education and Finance.
8626, establishing a College of Medicine in the Eastern Samar State University in the city of Borongan, province of Eastern Samar, and appropriating funds therefore. 8627, converting the South Cotabato State College in the municipality of Sorala, province of South Cotabato, into a state university to be known as the South Cotabato State Universities and appropriating funds therefore.
Referred to the Committees on Higher Technical and Vocational Education, Ways and Means, and Finance.
839, an act declaring Can Umantad Falls, located in Barangay Kadapdapan, Municipality of Kandihay, Province of Bohol, an ecotourism site. 842, declaring Kankoka Hills, located in Barangay Cambane, Municipality of Kandihay, Province of Bohol, an ecotourism destination. 901, declaring Mabanog Falls, located in Barangay Darapuay, Municipality of Bansalan, Province of Davao del Sur, an ecotourism site. And 1005, declaring the Congressman Edelmiro A. Amante Sr. Mapaso Resort and Adventure Nature Park, located in the municipality of Santiago, province of Agusan del Sur, an ecotourism zone.
Referred to the Committees on Tourism, Environment, Natural Resources, and Climate Change and Finance.
1663, establishing the Battle of the Sibuyan Sea Memorial Shrine in the municipality of Kahidjokan, province of Romblon, and declaring it a tourism destination.
Referred to the Committees on Tourism and Finance.
1664, declaring the Binukot Beach area located in Barangay Bunsuran, municipality of Ferrol, province of Romblon, an ecotourism destination.
Referred to the Committees on Tourism, Environment and Natural Resources and Climate Change and Finance.
1665, declaring the Kolong Beach located in the municipality of Corcuera, province of Romblon, a tourism destination. And 1666, declaring the municipality of San Jose, popularly known as Isla de Carabao, province of Romblon, a tourism destination.
Referred to the Committees on Tourism and Finance.
1667, declaring the Looc Bay area located in the municipality of Looc, province of Romblon, an ecotourism destination.
Referred to the Committees on Tourism, Environment, Natural Resources and Climate Change and Finance.
1668, declaring the Payayasog Beach located in Barangay Mangansagag, municipality of Corcuera, province of Romblon, a tourism destination. 1669, declaring the ruins of Cota de San Jose located in the municipality of Corcuera, province of Romblon, a tourism site. 1672, declaring the Siki It Elepante Rock Formation located in the coast of Barangay Labnig, municipality of Corcuera, province of Romblon, a tourism site.
Referred to the Committees on Tourism and Finance.
2928, declaring the municipality of San Fernando, province of Romblon, a tourism development area. 8562, declaring the municipality of Columbio, province of Sultan Kudarat, as tourism development area. 8563, declaring Bangal Caves located in the municipality of Ragay, province of Camarines Sur, as ecotourism destination.
Referred to the Committees on Tourism, Environment, Natural Resources and Climate Change and Finance.
8564, declaring Barangay Managa in Sitio Balutakay, municipality of Bansalan, province of Davao del Sur, as a farm tourism destination.
Referred to the Committees on Tourism and Finance.
8565, declaring the Pasig Islet located in Barangay Bato, municipality of Santa Cruz, province of Davao del Sur, as an ecotourism site. 8566, declaring Barangay Kapatagan in the city of Digos, province of Davao del Sur, as tourism destination. 8568, declaring the Bakhawan Eco Park located in Barangay New Buswang, municipality of Calibo, province of Aklan, as an ecotourism zone.
Referred to the Committees on Tourism, Environment, Natural Resources and Climate Change and Finance.
8569, declaring the immediate environs of the National Shrine of Padre Pio, commonly known as Padre Pio Shrine, located in Barangay San Pedro, city of Santo Tomas, province of Batangas, as a tourism destination. 8570, declaring the municipality of Barlik in Mountain Province as a tourism development area.
Referred to the Committees on Tourism and Finance.
8571, declaring the Palani Beach located in the municipality of Balod, province of Masbate, as an ecotourism destination. 8572, declaring the Bien Unido Double Barrier Reef and its immediate underwater environs of Bien Unido, province of Bohol, as a tourism destination. 8573, declaring Ulot River in the municipality of Paranas, province of Samar, an ecotourism destination. 8574, declaring Sitio Pulacan of San Fernando Barangay, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental, as an ecotourism zone. 8575, declaring the Agusan Marsh located in the municipalities of Talocogon, San Francisco, Rosario, Bunawan, Loreto, La Paz, and Veruela, all in the province of Agusan del Sur, as an ecotourism zone.
Referred to the Committees on Tourism, Environment, Natural Resources and Climate Change and Finance.
8621, upgrading the Kalinga Provincial Hospital in the city of Tabo, province of Kalinga, into a Level 3 regional hospital to be known as the Northern Cordillera Regional Medical Center, and appropriating funds therefore. 8622, establishing in the city of Valencia, province of Bukidnon, a multi-specialty hospital and research center to be known as the Bukidnon Farmers Research and Medical Center, and appropriating funds therefore. And 8623, renaming the Jose B. Lingad Memorial General Hospital in the city of San Fernando, province of Pampanga, to Jose B. Lingad Medical Center, increasing its bed capacity from 1,000 to 1,500 beds, upgrading its professional healthcare services and facilities, authorizing the increase of its medical personnel, and appropriating funds therefore, repealing for the purpose RA number 11359.
Referred to the Committees on Health and Demography and Finance.
8457, granting a legislative franchise to Cagayan 1 Electric Cooperative to construct, install, establish, operate, own, manage, and maintain a distribution system for the conveyance of electric power to the end users in the city of Tuguegarao and municipalities of Peña Blanca, Enriles, Solana, Amulong, Piat, Santo Niño, Tuwao, Rizal, Igig, Alcala, and Bagao Province of Cagayan. 8458, granting a legislative franchise to Isabela 1 Electric Cooperative to construct, install, establish, operate, own, manage, and maintain a distribution system for the conveyance of electric power to the end users in the cities of Cauayan, City of Santiago, municipalities of Angandanan, San Guillermo, Ramon, San Mateo, San Isidro, Alicia, Etchague, Cordon, Jones, San Agustin, Cabanatuan, Luna, and Reyna Mercedes, Province of Isabela. 8459, granting a legislative franchise to First Candaduanes Electric Cooperative to construct, install, establish, operate, own, manage, and maintain a distribution system for the conveyance of electric power to the end users in the municipalities of Bagamanok, Baras, Bato, Karamoran, Kigmoto, Pandan, Panganiban, San Andres, San Miguel, Viga, and Verac, Catanduanes. And 8460, an act granting a legislative franchise to Occidental Mindoro Electric Cooperative to construct, install, establish, operate, own, manage, and maintain a distribution system for the conveyance of electric power to the end users of Magsaysay, San Jose, Rizal, Calintaan, Sablayan, Santa Cruz, Mamburao, Abra de Ilog, Paluan, Province of Occidental Mindoro.
Referred to the Committee on Public Services.
Madam President, if I may.
Majority Leader.
Thank you. Madam President, before we proceed, may I just be allowed to recognize some guests from the gallery? Guests of Senator Ligarda, Regional Director John Montero of BJMP Region 6, and Mr. Sergio Dava Jr. of the Provincial Government of Antique. Also, guest of this representation is Kasim Mirza from the University of Santo Tomas. We welcome all of them in this August chamber.
We welcome you to the Senate.
Madam President, having closed the period of interpellation, may I be allowed to respectfully move that we resume consideration of Senate Bill number 1511 under Committee Report number 15. This is the bill strengthening the protection of parents against hospital detention. I so move, Madam President.
Which bill is that? Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved and consideration of the said measure is now in order. Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam President. At this juncture, I move to open the period of individual amendments and with the consent of the body, may we recognize, Madam President, Senator Risa Ontiveros and to propose, not proposing na. Oh, the chair, the sponsor of the measure, Senator Risa Ontiveros, to propose amendments, Madam President. I so move.
We recognize Senator Risa Ontiveros for the period. Is this committee amendments?
This is individual amendments, Madam President.
Individual amendments?
Yes.
But Senator Ontiveros is a sponsor.
Yes, Madam President.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, I thank Senators Sherwin Gatchalian, Joel Villanueva, and Robin Padilla for their proposed amendments, enhancing the provisions of Senate Bill 1511, or the Enhanced Anti-Hospital Detention Act. Page 1 amendment from Senator Gatchalian. On page 1, line 12, after the conjunction or, delete the word carers and replace with the word caregivers. I so move, Madam President.
No objections? It's adopted.
Thank you, Madam President. Page 2 amendments.
I see
Madam
Senator Pia
The lady
Cayetano.
from Taguig and Patero, Senator Pia Cayetano, seeking the floor. May I move that she be recognized, Madam
We
President?
recognize Senator Pia Cayetano.
Thank you, Mr. President, Madam President. Her Honor will recall that this representation waived our right to to interpolate on the condition that we would be allowed to ask clarificatory questions during the period of the amendments. Does Her Honor recall?
Yes, Madam President.
Yeah. So what I'll do, Mr. President, is I'll just make a prefatory statement now because my amendment is actually in this line now, in line 13. So if I, with the permission of the sponsor, may I proceed?
Yes, Madam President, by all means.
Just to be clear about it, the amendment was accepted.
Ah, yes, I'm on the next. I'm on to
And
the
we are
next.
on to the next, and we recognize Senator Pia.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, I'd like to put on record that this bill that Her Honor is sponsoring is an amendment to the bill that I sponsored and that became law over a decade ago. I don't even remember the year. Do we remember the year? I just want to put it on record kung gaano katagal na yon and how we appreciate that Her Honor is chairman of the Committee on Health at the time that she was handling this. 2007, so 19 years ago na. It honestly feels like maybe 6 years ago, but it's 19 years ago. So it is high time, and I thank the sponsor for taking the time to revisit this law. Even after we passed it, we received many reports on how the situation of yung detention of patients has improved, but then we would still continue to have to intervene many times because this situation still kept coming up. So this representation is thankful that we have the opportunity to strengthen this law even further. And so, as I mentioned, I requested for the opportunity to ask clarificatory questions, and in the interest of time and ease of to make it easier to make for everyone to engage to contribute to the amendments, I will also make my observations and clarificatory questions, which is necessary for the amendments I'm going to make in a timely manner. So on that note, Madam President, my amendment is still on page 1, and that is why I stood up now. It is on line 13. So I will read the provision for everyone's understanding. And of course, if we have, we don't really need it naman. It's not a complicated line, but I just want to explain the nature of my amendment. So the existing provision with the amendment of Senator Gatchalian reads, it shall also be unlawful to detain the relatives, representatives, or caregivers of such patients, as well as the newborn child, in the case of maternity patients. So that is where my question is. On line 13, there is reference to the newborn child. What I'd like to point out, Madam President, is that does Her Honor think there is a need to indicate and to insert the proper descriptive lines whether the newborn child is fully or partially recovered or may have died? Because this is a phrase that is found in the previous paragraph with reference to a patient, and I read, this is the existing provision. The detention of patients who have fully or partially recovered or have been adequately attended to or may have died. So may clarification na gano'n, na yung status ng patient, whether nag-recover siya partially or fully or namatay, covered siya. So I'm also asking now, should we make that same clarification for the newborn? Kasi po, yung nakita kong mga cases, ilalaban pa talaga ng ospital, patay na. Hindi naman sinabi sa batas yun na patay na. Buhay pa. So, this representation feels it won't hurt to add those lines. We submit,
Madam President, I do agree with the gentlewoman from Taguigan Pateros that it would not hurt to include that qualification if she so desires.
Okay. Then we will make the amendment, Madam President. I can get back to Her Honor. It's a very simple line naman, so let me just propose it. We can proceed so we don't delay, and then I'll get back to this line.
Yes,
Simple
Madam
lang naman.
President.
It will
I'll
be,
ask my legis staff as well to formulate
yes, of course.
this.
I would just like to clarify. Before this, we accepted the amendment, and this will be another sentence, the next sentence. May you just please read it, and then we say subject to style, or depending on the consultation with the sponsor.
Yes. Well,
The
more or less subject to style, it would be newborn child newborn child who has fully or partially recovered or who has been adequately attended to or who may have died. Similar to the above provision. We submit, Madam President, subject to style.
If the sponsor so agrees, then the amendment you're supposed to accept it if you would agree.
Just to add,
Unless
Madam
there's any
President, to my earlier acceptance, although this second paragraph of Section 1 is originally supposed to refer to that nefarious practice of palit ulo, but as I mentioned, it would not hurt if the gentlewoman so desires to add that qualification of whether having fully or partially recovered and having been adequately attended to or may have died to the phrase newborn child, Madam President.
It is therefore accepted by the sponsor.
It is accepted, Madam
Subject to
President. I just
style.
made of record that the original focus of this paragraph was that palit ulo practice.
That is clear.
But just to be clear, the focus doesn't change. This amendment in fact strengthens that whether buhay po or patay na po covered, hindi nila pwedeng it strengthens the right
That
of
is understood.
the mother to
Yes.
to be able to bring home her child.
Yes, Madam
Yes.
President.
And we recognize the minority leader, Senator Soto.
I will concur with the subject to style, but just as a reminder, editorial amendment. I don't think there is a use for the Article 2 between us and D.
Yeah, that's what. Yes, we noted that, Madam President. I would have included that. My staff was already pointing it out to me, but since I said subject to style, di ko na po sinama. But thank you, Mr. Minority Floor Leader, dahil yun din po ang nakita natin. Thank you for that.
We thank the minority leader for that. We proceed. Madam Sponsor.
Yeah, yes, Madam President. Thank you. On moving now to page 2 amendments. First from Senator Gatchalian. On page 2, line 12.
Madam President,
Yes,
I have
Madam
an
President.
anterior amendment. Mine, Madam President, is on line 6. And
news talaga. Because we are talking about accountability here, and accountability does not respect regional bias. So, dapat yung totoo ang manaig, and hopefully everyone can come together and, decide whether what we are sharing is really news or fake news. Yung pinakauna dyan, check natin yung source ng sinishare natin, kung troll account ba yan, or kung totoong media outlet. So I think we should go back to the concern of the prosecutors that one of our biggest enemies here is fake news.
Thank you, Prosec. Per Prosec's Defensor, Dilima, Luistro and joke na po, ay just to collate a heavy legal and a firm stand. Last Senate, they deemed it enough, even they were already convened, to return the articles of impeachment to the House of Representatives. One being the reason is yung petisyon sa Korte Suprema. Ngayong taon po, clearly, nag-convene na ang Senate Impeachment Court, kasado na ang prosecution panel, pero it's also not a secret that the Vice President is still running and seeking forum from the Supreme Court. Pero sinasabi rin po nila na handa silang irespeto ang jurisdiction ng Senado at humarap sa trial. Is this a legally conflicting stand? And dapat po ba sa pre-trial pa lang, kumpirmahin na ng kampo ni VP Sara Duterte kung haharap ba sila sa proseso, irerespeto ang jurisdiction ng Senado, o magpapasaklolo sa Korte Suprema? Thank you po.
Of course, it is the prerogative of the defense team to elevate any issue which they believe consists of constitutional question to the Supreme Court. Nevertheless, even if there are pending petitions in the Supreme Court, this should not hamper or delay the impeachment trial, especially considering that there is no temporary restraining order or injunction issued by the Supreme Court for that matter. That is why earlier I said we commend the impeachment court. We are very much positive that they convened pursuant to the mandate of the Constitution, that is forthwith. Nonetheless, we are trying to solicit the support of our beloved countrymen that what is being mandated to be forthwith is not only the convening. What is being mandated to be forthwith is the trial. And by trial, it means presentation of evidence, presentation of witness, and which will lead to the decision of the impeachment court of either acquittal or conviction. So of course, we understand what happened last time back in the 19th Congress, but we are very much positive. We're hopeful this time that we will immediately proceed to pre-trial as announced already by the impeachment court yesterday, as well as trial, no? So we are looking forward for dates as to when the pre-trial and the trial will be held, as soon as all the responsive pleading, such as the answer from the respondent and the reply from the prosecution, are submitted to the impeachment court. We are adhering to the mandate of the Constitution, which says trial forthwith.
On my end, excited na po akong bumalik sa court. Namimiss ko na yung paglilitis ng kaso. At wala kaming nakikitang sagabal sa trial. The Senate as an impeachment court has already set the pre-trial and the trial of the case, and we will respond accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you po. Last from my end, to Prosec Lawrence Defensor. Sir, hi. Kahit po napurnada ng isang buong taon yung impeachment case laban kay VP Sara Duterte, you remained with your stand na yung grave threats pa lang ay enough na for conviction. Pero sir, playing devil's advocate lang, maraming nagpapaugong ng naratibo na hindi naman daw na-consummate yung banta dahil lang ang pagkakalagay daw ng premise, dapat may mangyari munang masama sa vice-presidente bago niya gawin. Pero sir, isn't that a moral disregard and also a legal disregard of the threat that already happened? At paano nyo po titindigan na dito pa lang ay dapat guilty na si VP Sara Duterte, sir?
Abangan nyo na lang sa trial kung paano namin ipipresenta para makumbinsi kita.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Earl. We will now call Gab Lalo from Philippine Daily Inquirer.
Hello po. Yung tanong ko premised on the fact na si VP Sara Duterte noon sabi niya gusto niya ng hearing sa Congress para ma-defend niya na hindi siya pumunta. And then sabi niya before na gusto niya rin ng bloodbath sa Senate pero hindi pa natin nakikita yon kung pupunta siya. Possible po bang mag-proceed yung trial without the Vice President attending or her legal team participating in the trial?
And under the Senate rules, even if the Vice President would opt not to attend, kahit hindi siya mag-attend, or kahit hindi siya mag-file ng answer, o kahit walang defense team nagdumating, trial will still continue. Those instances will only be considered as an entry of a plea of not guilty. So ulitin natin, kahit hindi dumating ang Vice Presidente, kahit hindi siya mag-file ng answer, kahit hindi dumating yung defense lawyers nila, tutuloy pa rin ang trial. Ang magiging effect lang nitong instances na to, it will be considered as an entry of a plea of not guilty.
So yung mga judges po ang mag-enter parang po sa court proceedings. Sila po ang mag-enter ng plea for the Vice President. Ganun po ba yun?
It is deemed an entry of not guilty, but the rule does not say that the senator judges will be the one to make that entry.
Ma'am, on that point, kung magtutuloy yung trial, kasi if I remember correctly, nung proceedings po natin sa House Committee on Justice, parang si Congressman Chua yung nagsabi na, kaya naman nag-rule yung committee na may probable cause dahil wala naman prinesentang ebidensya yung defense to counter the evidence presented doon sa mga sa mga complaints. Should it happen na hindi mag-present hindi pumunta si VP Sara and her counsel, does this mean that the senator judges would have no basis to acquit her? Dahil hindi naman po nagpresenta ng ebidensya.
Well, it still depends on the appreciation and judgment of the senator judges, no? But of course, it is very hard to conceive how you will consider the defense of the respondent vice president if not a single evidence is being presented, no? Tama ka dun sa pangyayari sa Justice Committee, the threshold is very low. Probable cause lang, which is reasonable justification to be able to proceed to trial. Wala ni isang ebidensya ang naipresenta ng Vice President. As a matter of fact, she and her lawyers did not appear. So, all the evidence of the complainants appear as unrebutted, unquestioned, uncontroverted. And considering that the threshold is only probable cause, of course, it is reasonable to anticipate that there will be a finding of probable cause. Now, with regards to the trial, if they will not be appearing, it will depend really on the appreciation and judgment of the senator judges if the evidence of the prosecution, considering the absence of the evidence of the defense, will be enough for them to render a judgment of conviction.
Pero is it safe to say that VP Sara would put herself at a disadvantage if she would not attend? Kasi ito na yung last chance niya to dispute or refute the evidence.
I believe that it will be disadvantageous for her if she will not be presenting her evidence because there's already evidence presented by the complainant and the same evidence will be presented before the impeachment court. If this evidence will continue to be unrebutted, uncontroverted, there is a possibility that the senator judges will be appreciating the evidence in favor of conviction. But of course, as I have said earlier, it will depend entirely on the appreciation and judgment of the senator judges.
So, ma'am, sorry, last question on my end. Is it possible, ibig sabihin po ba possible na ma-acquit pa rin si VP Sara despite the defense panel not presenting any evidence kasi it is up to the senator judges?
As far as we are concerned, the evidence of the prosecution is strong. Pero kung dadating yung sitwasyon na ebidensya lang ng prosecution ang malalatag at walang ebidensyang mailalatag ang defense, perhaps for the reason that they will not appear, that will be an exclusive judgment of the senator judges. But of course, the sovereign Filipino people will be watching. If there is no evidence from the defense and only the evidence of the prosecution are presented, yes, it is an exclusive judgment of the senator judges, but let us all be reminded that the sovereign Filipino people will be watching.
Thank you. Thank you, Gab. Red Mendoza from Manila Times.
Ma'am, I have 3 questions po, ma'am. Ma'am, I talked to two people, one from Mindanao and one from Luzon. And they said na they hated the impeachment process of the Vice President. They are not, ayaw nila na, hindi nila boses yung nangyari sa impeachment trial. Filipinos, some of the Filipinos that voted for you don't agree with what's happening with the impeachment trial. What's your thought po na hindi lahat ng mga bumoto sa inyo or lahat ng constituents ninyo ay pabor sa impeachment trial? And again, 32 million voted for the Vice President. Are you scared of a pushback from the 32 million who supported the Vice President? Notwithstanding na yung mga sinasabi ng mga ng voting doon sa House ay maraming Mindanaoan daw ang bumoto, which is equivalent daw doon sa population ng bumoto sa kanila. But that is not the case kasi some of the people I've talked to, they said hindi nila gusto yung nangyayari ngayon sa impeachment.
Alam mo kasi what you should remember, this is a constitutional duty. By duty, this is not our choice. This is obligatory on our part to push for this proceeding, no? This is not a question of gusto ba namin o ayaw namin. No. This is a duty and therefore we have no choice but to push forward.
If I may add,
Una ka, ma'am.
thank you. This duty is bigger than all of us. This duty is enshrined and mandated by no less than the Constitution and actually imposed by the Filipino people. So this is bigger than any one of us, and this is bigger and far more primordial than any personal or political concerns.
Kung may taga Iloilo na hindi pabor sa impeachment at hindi pabor na naging prosecutor ako sa impeachment na ito, paglilingkuran ko pa rin sila habang congressman nila ako, magkasundo man kami o hindi sa impeachment na ito.
Next question na lang po. Kasi right now po, so far po yung mga observations po ng ilan sa ating mga kababayan sa social media is kayo daw po or most of the congressmen who received or who voted for the impeachment ay naka-receive daw po ng maleta, ng pera, or naka-receive daw po ng 20 million or any amount, notwithstanding. These are the people that na sinasabi din yun po na some of them are trolls. Pero of course, hindi naman lahat sila, yun ang paniwala nila. Yun ang paniniwala nila. How can you combat yung ganitong paniniwala na hindi nyo sinisiraan yung kanilang political or political thinking na hindi kami nagkakatanggap ng ganitong pera, pero hindi kami nakatanggap ng ganitong pera. We did this because we believe in the case.
Una sa lahat, tingin ko hindi na dapat i-dignify yung question kasi it's basically an accusation without basis. Di ba, Red? So, kung may maleta, nasan yung maleta? Kung may 20 million, nasan yung 20 million? So, I don't think that deserves an actual comment from the panel of prosecutors today.
And my last question na lang po. Ano po ang end-all and be-all po nito? I mean, people, sinasabi na nga iba, dapat talunin na lang si Vice President Sara Duterte sa election. I mean, yun nga. I mean, dapat talunin na siya sa election kasi ang end-all and be-all nito is removal from office. She announced her role or she announced that she will run in 2028 elections, in the 2028 elections. Marami ang nagsasabi na pag nawala si Vice President Sara, a more friendlier Vice President would be appointed. So ano po ang end-all and be-all nitong impeachment trial na to?
End-all and be-all of this impeachment process is accountability. We owe it to our people. We owe
we are being elected to our people, we have to show them that we follow the Constitution, that sila ang pinagsisilbihan natin at hindi tayo gumagawa ng pagtataksil sa bayan. So accountability po ang end all and be all nito.
One last follow-up. Pag ang constituent niyo nagtanong na iboboto namin si VP Sara sa election, what are you going to do?
Parang si Boy Abunda.
This is what democratic country is all about. We're free to choose our leaders. But please understand, the 11 prosecutors, we are simply responding to a constitutional duty. As a matter of fact, with all due respect to our constituents, this is not a question of natutuwa ba sila o hindi. Gusto ba nila o hindi. This is a duty which we really have to face.
Thank you.
Matred. For today's last question, we will call on Isaiah Miraflores of Billionario. Isaiah?
Mirafuentes,
sorry.
Hi po, good afternoon.
Stand corrected.
Just want to ask a question regarding lang sa rin sa nangyayari sa Senate. Since some senators are saying na possible na i-dismiss nila ng mas maaga yung impeachment, binabantaan nila ng ganon. If ever ba mangyari yun, is there a parang legal remedies ba tayo na gagawin?
I am not aware of any senator who has commented already that they are intending to dismiss the articles of impeachment. As a matter of fact, they convened forthwith. So we are very much positive and we look forward that soon, upon receipt of all the responsive pleadings, we will be appearing before the impeachment court for the purpose of pre-trial and trial.
Alright, thank you, ma'am. Last question, if ever lang, merong masuspend sa mga senador o dahil nga sa nangyari this past few days, 16 votes pa rin ba yung kailangan for conviction?
That's correct. Regardless of the absent senators, regardless of whether there will be suspension of senators, the required number of vote is fixed. That is 2/3 of the 24 senators, which means 16, and that is fixed.
Thank you, Isaiah. Sir, sorry po just one last question na lang from, kung okay pa po, no? From Jonathan Andal of GMA7.
Hello po. Pwede po malaman yung thoughts niyo sa motion on the motion in the Senate na payagan yung remote or online voting on impeachment matters considering absent po si Senator Bato de la Rosa. Ano po ang posisyon niyo doon?
Is this for the legislative process or for the impeachment process?
I believe it's on the impeachment matters or yes ma'am.
Well, if it is for the impeachment process, my personal opinion is the senator judges should be personally present. This is paramount because this is a constitutional mandate. So I believe that they should be present to have a correct appreciation of all the evidence to be presented. And that is including the exercise of his or her right to vote.
Maraming salamat po ulit sa ating House Leaders at House Prosecutors. Of course, kay former Quadcom Chair Robert Ace Barbers at sa mga kasama sa media at maging sa mga technical people ng House Representative for joining us this afternoon. With that, we're concluding our press conference. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.
There was no attack on the Senate. I would like to repeat, all evidence points that there was no attack on the Senate. The following will be a preview of will be a chronology of events starting from the pronouncement of Senator Bato when he said that he would be when he gave warning that he would be arrested up to the time that Senator De La Rosa escaped the Senate premises. I turn over the mic to General Natates.
Magandang hapon sa ating lahat. Ito po ay effort ng Philippine National Police, particularly nauna na po ang Pasay City Police Station na kung saan sila ang unang nag-imbestiga. And after the conduct of investigation by the Pasay City Police Station, the records of investigation was referred to the concerned prosecution office in Pasay City the next day, particularly, to be exact, May 14, 4 p.m. ng hapon. And then, in the continuing investigation, nandun na po, sumama na po ang Criminal Investigation and Detection Group for the unearthing of records, facts, mga kailangan nating ebidensya to come up with a conclusions and recommendations, findings, conclusions, and recommendations. At ito pong pag-unearth natin ng investigation, lalong-lalo ng mga facts, lalong-lalo na last Friday, the Department of Justice have sent out directive to turn in all records of investigation papunta po sa Department of Justice. And then therefore, in compliance with the directive, we will be submitting the records of investigation to the Department of Justice, including the earlier records that was submitted to, referred to Pasay City Prosecutor's Office last Thursday, 4 p.m. And so, we have, meron po tayong, okay. So ito po yung ating records coming from the probers from the CIDG.
Take note, it is called a gun-related incident. Okay, gun-related incident.
Okay. This is a gun-related incident, meaning there is a discharge of firearm in the premises of the Senate building last May 13. And this, as shown, ito po yung timeline. Minabuti natin na ilahad na before the actual shooting, to be exact, is actual discharge of firearm, that was about 7:45 p.m. kung titignan nyo. But before that, makita muna natin kung ano yung mga events before the actual shooting, and even after the discharge of firearm at 7:45, we extended up to 2:30 a.m. where Senator Bato de la Rosa escaped and or went out at the premises of the Senate building. Material po yun. So all of this will be sent to forwarded to our beloved Secretary of Justice. So at 5:23 p.m., nakita natin and or documented that Senator Bato de la Rosa have appealed to the public for support over some social media platform. At 5:58 p.m., the Senate adjourned its session. And 6:14 p.m., Supreme Court did not issue TRO. Meron pong nilabas yun. And at 6:57 p.m., Major General Mau Aplasca announced that somebody will be arrested. And pag titignan nyo na up to shooting incident na 7:45 p.m., discharge of firearm, up to 8:15 p.m., up to the time na 2:30 p.m. Next slide. Okay, ito po yung 5:23 p.m. documented. Next. Okay, the adjournment of the session of the same day. Next. Okay. This is the document that will show that the Supreme Court did not issue a TRO on the petition of Senator De La Rosa. Okay. Maua Plaska announced that they are going to arrest somebody. Take note of the time, 6:57 p.m. Okay, at 7:05, nag-lockdown ang ating Senate for security. And at 7:11 p.m., the Congress article of impeachment is being ready to be received to the Senate, such that several minutes after, next, at 7:22 p.m., it was hand over physically to the Senate. Next. At 7:45 p.m., gunshots was heard inside the Senate premises. Take note of the time. It's 7:45 p.m. Next. And staff officials have announced that there was perceived NBI entered the Senate. Then next. At 8:39 p.m., we have pronouncement by the NBI that they were not involved in the shooting incident. Next. At 9:35, of course, our beloved SILG rushed to the Senate to ensure that maging stable yung lugar doon. Okay, and upon the request of officials from the Senate, particularly several senators. Okay. So up to the time that the Senator De La Rosa was seen leaving the Senate premises at about 2:30 a.m., madaling araw na ng the next day, May 14. So it's approximately about 6 hours after the shooting. Next. Okay. So on days before, one day before the actual shooting and or discharge of firearm, May 12 particularly, umaga pa lang ng May 12, may nag-coordinate na po na nagko-coordinate na ang GSIS security officials and the OSAA security officials with regards to the security on GSIS. Okay. That will show that there was really a meeting. Take note that this one day before May 13. May 13 is Wednesday. Nagko-coordinate na po sila. Okay, next. And the next day, meron pong nag-implement po ng red alert status ang GSIS. So, naglabas po, in effect, naglabas siya ng direktiba sa hapon ng May 13, particularly May 21 po nilabas. Next. The GSIS security officer conducted inspection and identified nine areas, particularly nitong Wednesday na ng umaga or hapon, citing to tighten the security as shown yung A to I, particularly yung Gate 1 sa Jokno, Gate 2 on Macapagal Avenue, the GSIS Senate Common Gate. Yung Common Gate po doon, yung in between, and the Kalayaan Garden. Kalayaan Garden is on the northern part of the Senate premises, and northern as well as the GSIS premises. We have yung pang-E, outdoor canteen hallway leading to the Kalayaan Garden. And itong glass door core level 5 hanggang helipad po ng level 6, level 7 and level 8. Next. So, in the afternoon of May 13, that is a Wednesday, may mga NBI na po na pumunta sa premises ng GSIS. This is to in response to the request of the GM Biloso of the GSIS, kasi nagre-request sila to fortify the security of the GSIS. So, meron pong pumunta kaagad na 3 NBI agents, and yung pinakita ko kaninang mga lugar, those are the things that the areas that they will going to fortify and or secure further. So next, ito po yung arrival ng ating mga NBI agents at the GSIS main building. Yes, sir. Teka muna, merong letter yon, pakitignan. In effect, their presence was backed up by a letter properly received at about 5 p.m. 5:08 p.m. of the same day. Okay, ito po yung mga NBI agents. Okay, to sum up, there are 29 NBI agents. Nung una kasing investigation natin, ang nakuha pa lang natin nakita through CCTVs is 21. And after the conduct of the continuing investigation, we accounted 29 of them.
Please take note that none of the NBA agents had tactical gear with them. They were dressed as NBA agents, clearly identified, nakalagay, but none of them had tactical gear with them. They did not have a battering ram. They did not have provisions for shape charges to breach any door. So let's just make that clear.
Okay, to continue, please. Okay. These were the footages on malapit na to sa area kung saan nag-disburse ng firearm.
This is the NBI, this is the GSIS canteen, which is adjacent to the Senate second floor.
Okay, next. Okay. Again, site inspection at level 2 or second floor at 6:51 p.m. Out of the 29, there are 4 female NBI agents. Okay. Next. Okay. Minutes before the gunfires were heard, ay merong naririnig din na nagdi-drill dun sa when you are inside the Senate premises and as well as GSIS premises, because at the GSIS premises, particularly at the ground floor, may pinto po doon na steel door na pinortify ng ating maintenance or security ng GSIS. So yun po ay recorded, and this is the proof that this was recorded.
For the information of the body, all entrances from GSIS, Senate to GSIS or GSIS to Senate. Since early in the morning, we're being fortified by the GSIS maintenance. They had duly informed the maintenance of the Senate that there was going to be drill work going on in all the doors of the Senate of the GSIS connecting to the Senate. So again, the GSIS management, the Senate maintenance management had information that there was going to be fortification of doors in the GSIS area. So hindi gulatan to because conspiracy theories were abounding, but they were duly informed.
Okay. So there was a drilling and the drilling sound maririnig and they put bolt after drilling. I think several bolts were put and then naglagay ng mga steel cabinet. And that is in the ground floor or first floor. Take note of the time, that is 7:39 p.m.
For the information of the body also, the GM found it better to secure the entrances going into GSIS because Senator Bato had called for a people power movement, and had there been anarchy in the building, the GSIS contains billions of pesos of worth of artworks that are displayed in their walls. Had there been an overflow of people going to GSIS, the losses would have been incredible. So it was better, he found it better for them to secure the doors so that there would be no commotion going inside to the GSIS building.
Next slide. Okay. The next slide will show what happened after the drilling in the ground floor. And then we'll go to second floor, and this will show the second floor area. On the right side is merong pinto doon coming from, if you're inside, you have to, on the right side merong hagdan doon. But before the hagdan may bintana and merong pinto. And this area, in this CCTV, was requested and nakuha natin, secured from the CCTV of the Senate. This shows the NBI agents coming from the first floor kasi one by one sila paakyat. If marirecall nyo po, ang sinabi ko kanina, there are areas A to I.
Just to add, this CCTV footage was from the Senate CCTV room, not the GSIS. So, the Senate security had full view of the people who were on that floor. Take note that none of the elements are in tactical gear. All of them were just in conference. None of them were in formation to attack the Senate. They were just checking out every floor that was in danger.
That's correct, sir. And we take note of the timeline. The timeline is 6:52 p.m. up to 7:01 p.m. Wherein 6:52 sila dumating sa area na yon, and then they left that area at 7:01 p.m. for the appreciation of our dear Secretary of Justice. And take note, nung umalis na sila, at 7:02 p.m. particularly, dalawa po ang naiwan dyan, na NBI agent. Agent Darwin Francisco and De Leon. Antonio De Leon. Okay, so makikita nyo dyan, dalawa sila, they are with the uniform of NBI. And naglagay lang ng upuan dun sa may hagdan. Take note of the time, that is they started posting themselves there at 7:02. And take note the earlier my earlier statement that that place is within the jurisdiction or control of the GSIS. Okay, next slide. At 7:44 p.m., 42 minutes after dun sa debuting on the second floor veranda, ito,
Okay, General Laplaska called the pause, please, pause. Pause. Rewind, please, to when General Plaska was addressing the units. Rewind 15 seconds. There. At that moment, General Plaska called in the OSAA operatives, including the PNP and the Marines, and gave the order to lock and load. So, in his order, you could see the Marines were cocking their guns. So it was lock and load. After which he proceeded to the hallway leading to the doorway where the NBI were previously reconnoitering. Okay, proceed.
okay. So that's the video when they organize themselves to go to the area.
Take note that pause, please. Pause, please. General Laplaska did it in full view of the press. In full view of the press, he gave the order of the lock and load, and he asked them to follow. He allowed them to follow up to a certain point. In normal situations, if there is a perceived confrontation, you will clear the building of all personnel because of possible stray fire. However, he allowed them to follow. Okay, proceed, please.
Okay. So this is one angle of the video going to the exit door, going to the veranda.
As you can see, pause, please. Pause. The Marines are in single formation according to their training, staying to the side of the wall. Okay, proceed.
Followed by the PNP.
Followed by the PNP, who formed a perimeter line at the very end, at the end of the hallway.
Okay.
Proceed.
Play. Next, take note of this time. This is the CCTV footage taken at the veranda. The CCTV footage is owned by the Senate, and we requested it, and binigay naman. At this will show, kung matatandaan nyo kanina, 6:50 something, 6:52 p.m. up to 7:01. Dumating yung bulk of NBI. And then, this is the actual video wherein makikita nyo may burst of fire. Merong usok.
Just to also be clear, makikita nyo during the video na may mga lights na dumadaan. Hindi po putok ng baril yun. Those are insects that are flying across the lens. But we will show you clouds of smoke and possible muzzle fire that actually occurred. Kasi makikita nyo mamaya may gumagalaw-galaw eh. Baka akala nyo nagpuputukan. Hindi po nagpuputukan yan. Those were instruments of, those were insects. Look at that. Insects yung gumagalaw na yan. Okay, go, proceed.
Makibigay mo sa 7:46. 14 p.m. 7:46 yung operator. Makikita natin dito the first approximate time of a burst of fire. Yan, may usok na.
Teka ba na? Rewind please, 3 minutes. Yan. Yung nasa may upuan siya. According to testimony of General Laplaska himself, he opened the door and he asked, "Sino ka?" The agent identified himself as NBI. Shortly thereafter, he fired 3 shots shot 3 shots into the, not exactly to the direction, but 3 shots towards the, to the vicinity of the NBI agent. And you can see the muzzle fire, the blast. Pakita mo, General. Rewind, please, rewind. 10 seconds. Yan. 1, 2, 3. Three firearms. 4.
Sunod.
Yan. Papatok sila.
And nag-withdraw.
The NBI agent withdrew behind the air conditioning duct units. And because he was being fired upon, he discharged a cover fire. One. Take note that the cover fire was because he was under the impression that he was under attack. 2, 3.
Take note na yung muzzle niya naka...
It was not pointed towards the Senate. It was pointed as cover fire because he was retreating. Okay, and then play.
Okay. Okay, next CCTV. So, the next CCTV,
At this point, the officer in charge instructed the agents, do not engage, do not engage. So they retreated. He was waiting for them. There was that's not a gunfire. Okay? He was waiting. The instructions were, do not engage. Agent Ledesma ba? Ledesma ba yung, sino yung, ano? De Leon. De Leon was in retreat. He was waiting. He was waiting. Forward a little. Forward a little.
forward.
There. Then that was after the exchange. But that was after the cover fire. He looked behind if there was anyone following him, and they both retreated towards the canteen.
Okay. Back. This place, tandaan nyo, back. Back.
Rewind.
Rewind. Dun sa former slide, not that one. Former slide. Sige, play mo yan. Ito yung makikita natin, that CCTV video is placed, the area is beyond this place. Okay, next. To further explain, play mo to. Play this video. Uy, nakorrupt na.
Conspiracy na to.
Play. This video is owned by the Senate. So we requested this video. And meron din tayo. Yung area, dito na yan. And then, this is the boundary, may pinto. Beyond that is yung second floor. Andyan yung mga OSAA personnel, including the Marines and Police. Before that, one slide before that. Sige. Okay. Up. Take note, nakababa yung baril niya. Muzzle down. This is an NBA agent when he was being accosted and or being challenged by
General
the OSAA
Plaska.
General Plaska. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Okay, this is the video footage also owned by the Senate. If you are inside the building at the second floor, that one is Jemel Ledesma, sir. OSAA personnel, yung unang-una.
So, pause. Pause. If you can see, pause please. Pause. If you can see, the certain Mr. Ledesma, member of the SAA, was peeking through the window. Sumilip siya. Sumilip siya dyan. Rewind nyo na konti. 5 seconds. Rewind na konti. 5 seconds. And there he is. Stop. Go. And look. He bent down. And he was peeking through the window kung sino on the dawn. So clearly he saw that there was one person in the premises. Okay? Continue. Stop. Where is Mr. Aplaska dito?
Aplaska, the one being held by...
The one being accosted, held by the back?
Yes, sir.
That is General Aplaska. Okay? Watch this.
Holding a long
Holding-
firearm.
He was holding a Scorpion CZ 9mm pistol carbine. Okay? Further, go. He opened the door. Opened the door. Asked. At that point, I think he was asking. And at that point, the NBI agent was retreating. At there, stop. You could see that suddenly the reactions of the Marines were in ready position. We assumed that this is the first time shots were fired by General Plaska. Continue. They closed the door. Continue. The office to the right is the office of Senator Ligarda. She was not there at that time. In a few seconds, mamamatay ang ilaw. There. They turned off the lights. The emergency lights went on. There. Emergency lights goes on in a few seconds. But there you could see the muzzle fire from the left. 1, 2, go play. Plaska went out. Okay. Continue. Continue. Then he came back. Continue. You can see muzzle fire. Plaska pointed the gun towards the window and tried to discharge the firearm. However, the gun jammed. He tried again. The gun jammed. And then his aide fixed the gun for him. Continue. After which, he discharged the firearm again. Mind you, there was nobody there. There was no shots being fired at them. Okay? After the last fire, this one of the 40 caliber, sinong agent ba to? One last fire? Montilla.
Montilla, sir.
Okay, they retreated. Okay? So, this is the retreat. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. 2 minutes 20. 3 minutes 20. Okay, from all available video footage, from the time the door was opened and the first shots were fired until the last shot was fired, it took all of 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So you can see them here in retreat. The Marines are still holding steady in formation.
Ito yung before.
Entry pa to. Entry pa pala to. Entry pala to.
Another footage.
This is another footage. There, the press was held back, but they could see. Yung office ni Ligarde yata sa tabi, di ba?
Yeah.
Office ba ni Ligarde sa tabi niya? Yung dulo eh. Or just around the corner. Okay? Saan ka nakakita ng may shootout sa bay? Ganyan. Okay?
So, nung
Retreat.
nag-withdraw na sila, yan yung,
Retreat, take note of the time.
because the first shot was heard already.
Retreat na to. Forward, please. Forward. Next slide. Here is the picture of the NBI agents regrouping. This is footage from Channel 5. Okay, I arrived there approximately 8:35, after which I met with the senators and I gave instructions for the PNP to do mopping up operations, clearing operations in case we did not know the nature of the incident yet. Yet I instructed them to mop up the building to see if there are any unwanted persons in the area. Now, there was a report of, maybe we'll show it later, of a tactical bag being left at the scene. It was the bag of the NBI agent who was guarding that door. It was retrieved by a certain Mr. Masaya, and his job was simply to retrieve the bag. He was not armed. He had identification with him, but he was arrested because at the fog of war, you were not sure of what his role was. So here is Zian Ambrosio, who was embedded into the operation by accident. She was not invited, it was by accident. Okay, until now, I was in the premises. It was not clear to us what was happening. Okay. Now, shortly thereafter, forward it. Next slide. Okay, General, please explain the cartridges that are found.
Those are the documented CCTV videos, and of course, after the clearing operation, including the clearing of the bag that was left dun sa veranda kanina, SOCO operations were conducted. And during the SOCO operations, material to that is, of course, there was a discharge of firearm or shooting incident. We need to get pieces of evidence, particularly the fired cartridges. So in total, we have the SOCO recovered 44 fired cartridges. Particularly, merong 5.56 na na-recover doon sa veranda area outside, actually going to the garden in front of the canteen. Doon sa area na pinag-withdrawhan ni
This
agent.
was consistent upon the agent who fired cover fire on his retreat as he was being fired upon by the as if fire was being directed to him by the OSAA. Ayun yung 5.56 na cartridges na nahanap. The others, General?
Yes. As well as dun sa outdoor yon, 5 pieces 5.56. Okay? And another outdoor dito sa may walkway kung saan nagkumpulan kanina yung mga NBI, there are 3 9mm fired cartridges. Okay? We have recovered also 5 metallic fragments and as well as 3 lead core dun sa outdoor na yon, but this is hindi ma-recognize ang ating ballistics. Okay? We have also dun sa loob ng Senate before exiting yung exit door, there are 9 pieces caliber 40 fired cartridges as well as 27 9mm fired cartridge and 1 live ammo. Live ammo, meaning nalaglag na ammunition ng 9mm. Aside from that, may nakita tayong bullet hole on the door, the window, and the direction of the bullet that hold that door and the window is coming from inside, going outside. So, 6 dun sa pinto, through and through, and 1 was stuck on the door jamb, and several bullet holes dun sa window. And so, on the outside, wala tayong makikitang bullet hole going inside the building. Okay, so, and per our ballistics examination, those 44 fired cartridges came from 4 firearms. So, meaning, meron tayong 4 na shooter. And this 4 shooter ay identified to be Montilla of the OSAA and Ledesma of the OSAA, and the warning shots made by Agent Francisco of the NBI.
They were
5.56 when
they were cover fire, not warning shots.
Okay.
Cover fire on retreat, yung 5.56. As you can see, yung baril ni Charlie Dumlao
Montilla
is identified. Yung kay Ledesma is identified. Police Major, retired Police Major Plaska was asked to appear today to the CIDG to turn over his firearms, but he refused to appear and gave an excuse. He was supposed to turn over his firearm so that we can run the ballistics, but he did not appear to the CIDG for the information.
So we have fully accounted the empty shells except for the 23 empty shells. Okay, yung 23 empty shells na yun ay fired from one firearm.
To take note, the discharged fragments from from firearm numbers 1, 2, and 4 were accounted for. The 23 other bullets are not identified with any of the 3 guns presented. We asked General Plaska to appear to submit his firearm, but he did not appear.
Okay. Take note of the report, our report, the SOCO report, that the entry or there's no bullet hole going inside the Senate. Okay. Next. Okay. So those were the records of investigation that we will be sending to the Department of Justice for their appreciation. And now
There is one more video that occurred at 2:30 a.m. Amidst all the confusion, one more video, please. The last video. So we had been doing clearing up operations. To clear that area took us several hours. But at approximately 2:30, please play the video.
Loading daw po.
Okay, it's loading. Give us 1 minute. Remember, please be reminded that General Bato de la Rosa was declared under protective custody of the Senate, as attested to by the Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano. That means they take full responsibility over his custody. Next. Give us 1 minute.
Ano yan eh, force 20% savings.
One last video before we end this. Hindi niya lang ah. Loading na ba? Ayan na. Okay? Hindi pa yan. The last video, please. The very last
video, yung 2:30 a.m.
Yung 2:30 a.m.
2:30 a.m.
While we're fixing the video, would the Secretary take up one question, please?
Okay, while waiting.
Okay, go ahead.
Secretary, nandito po kayo ngayon sa Malacanang with the Chief PNP, with the Secretary of
Mike.
Ito na pala yung video. Ito na. Sandali lang ah. This is the picture of the vehicle leaving a Fortuner that belongs to Senator Robin Hood Padilla. This is the picture of Bato during all the chaos. But the last video, the next video please. The last video. Next one. Next video please. Next, that is them getting away. Next video, please. Next one.
Next slide.
No, yung... Okay, we'll take questions first while we're waiting for the video.
Okay, Ivan Mayrina, GMA 7.
Sec, nandito po kayo ngayon sa Malacanang. Have you reported all of this to the President and what were his instructions to you?
He is in knowledge of this already, but he has no instructions yet.
What's next? The Justice Secretary, sir? Ano hong susunod?
Yes, ang susunod nito, this afternoon, no, around lunchtime, I received a report already from the NBI and I turned it over to the panel of prosecutors who will be conducting the investigation. Similarly, I believe after this, General Artates will be turning over the report to the Department of Justice. And in similar route, it will go to the panel and it will all be evaluated. Nakita nyo naman mga kababayan ko, no? Compelling yung facts that have been unearthed, but we still need to verify and validate, no? The DOJ will not take this as is, no? We will check on the timelines, we will check on the source of the videos and everything. Kasi sa dulo nito, kailangan yung katotohanan lang.
Liability, sir, based on what you have seen so far, compelling as you described it. Sino-sino ho mga posibleng managot dito?
We've identified, but I don't want to preclude yung panel natin, no? Pero medyo malawak, no? Ang tinitingnan nga ng panel natin, based on my order, is not only for the May 13 and May 14. Ang pinatitingnan natin, look at the totality of circumstances, which started May 11. So lahat ng timelines na yan, from May 11 to May 14, titingnan ng ating panel. As to the kung sino culprit, ayaw ko muna i-preempt, no? As to the type of cases that will be filed, again, I don't want to preempt my panel.
Sorry, sir, one last question on my from my end. Ini-insist po ni Director Matibag ng NBI from the beginning, walang NBI agents sa Senado nung gabing yon. But there were in fact 29 agents, perhaps not in the Senate, but in the same building.
Just to clarify, it is the GSIS compound, and they were in the GSIS premises. They were asked by the GM Vic Veloso to secure the premises. So when he said that there was no NBI agent in the Senate, there was none. They never set foot inside the building. They were in the same complex, but not in the same area.
But it was an important bit of information, sir, that there was in fact an operation by the NBI in the GSIS building na magkadugtong lang po.
Yes.
Ito lang ang pagitan sa Senado at GSIS.
Yes, they were there under the guidance of the GSIS to secure the GSIS premises.
Was it also to secure or to prevent Senator De La Rosa from perhaps going through that route?
No, the
GSIS.
The bigger worry really was the call for people power, and if there were anarchy and it spilled over to the next building. For those of you who have been to GSIS buildings, there are billions of pesos worth of artworks on display, and if a mob appeared there and occupied, the damage would have been incalculable towards the GSIS.
Are we prepared to make a conclusion that this was staged or not staged?
No, the only conclusion is that there was no attack to the Senate.
But as to if it was staged or not,
we cannot conclude that.
Next question, Marcela Lili, TV5.
Good afternoon. Sir, you mentioned that a day before the gunfire incident in the Senate, there was a security coordination meeting between OSAA and GSIS. Was na-inform ba yung OSAA that NBI will be there a day after the meeting?
You're going to have to ask them, but presumably, there had been a coordination meeting between security. OSAA Major General Plaska was present. The GSIS head of security, Balbuena, Balba was present. So they were in coordination the day before.
But if the objective is to secure the artworks and prevent yung chaos due to possible people power, why did GSIS ask for assistance from NBI and not PNP?
PNP was already guarding the front of the building. We had approximately 1,000 plus. In this case, he thought it more prudent that the NBI secure the area according to their capacity. But there is no distinction. We are both law enforcement officials. But the PNP was outside the Senate building already. The NCRPO Chief Abirin was there present together with approximately 800 policemen. 1,300 policemen already. So as is, we were stretched thin of how many policemen there were. So ang kinuha niya ay NBI.
But sir, you also mentioned earlier that Aplaska did not appear nung tinawag siya ng CIDG. So what will be the next step? Paano natin makukuha yung details from OSAA, from Aplaska?
We will be inviting again in another date for General Aplaska to appear. That is to finally identify the source of the 23 fired cartridges. Yun ang kailangan natin.
Sir, clarification lang. Yung sinabi po ninyo na 4 na individuals na nagpaputok ng baril, isa lang yung NBI. The rest are from OSAA.
Yes.
Okay. Secretary.
Teka muna. Nag-conclude ka na kaagad na 4 ang nagpaputok. What I'm saying is the 44 fired cartridges were fired from 4 firearms.
Okay, 4 firearms.
Yes.
All right.
I'm also, if you want to take note of the video, upon retreat, there was no order to secure the Senate. Because normally, in a heat of the moment like that, your first order would be secure the premises. However, he went straight out, and then he went straight to the press, and then he reported. There was nobody, because when I arrived, there was nobody securing the exact moment or the exact place where the incident took place. Isn't it odd that in an exchange of gunfire and if your mandate is to secure the building, that after there was a gunfight, there was no perimeter security introduced into the area?
Secretary Vida,
Okay,
sir.
to add up about the physical evidence that were recovered, 44 fired cartridges, it came from 4 firearms. And to add up dun sa kung hindi pumunta about the subpoena issued to General Aplaska, of course, we have other means to identify kung sino yung pangatlo or pang-apat na still to be identified. Why? Because we have CCTVs. The CCTVs will clearly show who fired the guns, and we have also testimonies from themselves also, saka mga ibang personalities present during the discharges of firearm.
Secretary Vida, can you enlighten us, kapag po sinabi na under custody ng Senate, ano po yung sakop nun?
Sa simpleng pagkakaintindi po namin, nung sinabing nasa protective custody nila, nasa kanila si Senator Bato. So, kaya pag wala na yung legal impediment to serve yung arrest warrant, di ba? Dapat, pag hiningi sa kanila ng Department of Justice, ready dapat ang Senadong i-turn over si Senator Bato.
And kapag hindi po na i-turn over ng Senate si Senator Bato, what will happen?
Then that's something we need to decide at that moment, no? I don't want to preclude yung options, legal options ng Department of Justice and the entire executive department for that matter.
Next question.
Teka lang, may dadagdag lang ako. Tandaan nyo, naghahanap pa kami ng ibang ebidensya. Very compelling, as I stated kanina. Yung pinakita sa atin yung report ni General Natrates at PNP. I commend them for that, no? Makakatulong ng malaki. Again, when I made the press briefing last Friday, I precisely asked for people to help us, no? To so that we shed light. At the end of the day, whether there was an attack, there was no attack, it's a conclusion. Depende kung ano yung pira-pirasong ebidensya. So ito ho yung mahalaga. Kung ano yung kahinat na nung ano, titimbangin ho lahat ng panel natin.
Next question, Harley Balbuena, IBC 13.
My question is for Secretary Remulla, but PNP Chief can also answer. Sir, sabi po ni Secretary Remulla kanina, according to the testimony of Aplaska, he opened the door and asked, "Sino ka?" And shortly after, he fired 3 shots towards the vicinity of the NBA agent. So does that mean that there was an intent to cause injury at hindi lang po warning shot yung ginawa ni Aplaska?
Okay. Kayo na ang makapag-conclude dyan kung ano ang implication. I have already submitted the pieces of evidence, still videos, still photographs as well as video, and it will be on the appreciation of our beloved Secretary of Justice or the committee to conclude and or make some kung anong mangyayari doon.
Sir, how about the shots fired by the NBA agents? Yun ba ay we can label them as cover fire or warning shots lang? Wala pong hostile attack?
Okay. In our report, SOCO report, lahat po lahat ng nanggaling sa premises ng Senate, that is yung OSAA personnel towards outside. And dito sa outside, coming outside, going inside, wala po. And to add up is wala po nagpaputok na Philippine Marines as a member of the OSAWA as well as the members of the Philippine National Police.
Thank you, Malacanang Press Corps. Balik sa iyo, si Claire.
General Nartates, hindi po maipapakita yung video na supposed to be ay yung paglisan ni Senator Robin kasama si Senator Bato. Kung maibibigay nyo na lang po at maidi-describe nyo po yung nakita po sa video.
Tama po yan. I will be submitting after this. Ayusin lang natin yung video.
Opo, sa video po na yon.
It will show yung nakita nyo kanina ng timeline. The timeline is May 24 already. At exact
May 14, May 14.
May 14
2:30.
at 2:30, about 2:30 a.m. It shows the Fortuner, white Fortuner, and personalities going out from the Senate. Particularly, makita natin doon ang Senator Bato and Senator Padilla, and going to the vehicle na Fortuner.
Na pag-aari.
Pakita na natin yung video nun. And per records inquiry, it is owned by Senator Padilla.
So ngayon po ay nagbigay na po kayo ng inyong parte ng investigasyon at ito po ay inyong ibibigay niyo kay Secretary Vida.
The Philippine National Police will now turn over the records of investigation pertaining to the discharge of firearm or shooting incident at the premises of the Senate building last May 13 at about 7:46 p.m. and several documents prior to that, starting from May 12. Yun na yung sinabi nating documents pertaining to the presence of NBI as well as coordination at the GSIS building up to the time na May 14, 2:30 a.m. where Senator Bato de la Rosa was seen leaving the premises of the Senate building, as well as the records of investigation conducted by the Pasay City Police Station. Ito na.
Yes. Sir. Thank you. Bilis masyado eh. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
As directed, effective last Friday, to turn in records of investigation. Ito na po yung records
Okay,
natin.
Okay na yan. Okay na yan. Maraming salamat ha. Thank you. Secretary. Secretary.
Opo. At dyan na po nagtatapos ang ating press briefing. Magandang araw para sa bagong Pilipinas. Austerity measure. Oo, tatapin ko. Tatanong ko, bigay ko sa inyo.
Magandang gabi, Mabilis sa balita kasabay na uwian, hapunan at pahinga. Mga up-to-date na balita ngayong araw ng Martes, garantisadong mabilis lang to. Anim na araw kasunod ng putukan sa Senado, iprinisenta ng DILG at PNP ang CCTV footages ng barilan. Sa video, makikita si Acting Sergeant at Arms Mau Aplaska na unang nagpaputok ng 3 beses sa NBI agents na nasa GSIS building. Mabilis sa balitang hatid ni Michelle Gilliam.
Sa Malacanang press briefing ngayong hapon, detalyadong isinalaysay ng PNP at DILG ang pagkakasunod-sunod ng insidente ng putukan sa Senate Complex na kinasasangkutan ng mga tauhan ng National Bureau of Investigation at Office of the Sergeant at Arms ng Senado o OSAA. Batay sa timeline, mag-aalas 7 ng gabi nang dumating sa GSIS building ang grupo ng NBI at 2 NBI agents ang pumosisyon sa veranda area ng second floor kung saan kinalaunan ay nagpaulan ng bala ang OSAA. Bandang 7:44 PM nang ipinatawag na ni Acting Sergeant at Arms Mau Aplaska ang mga operatiba ng OSAA kasama ang Philippine Marines at PNP personnel para maghanda ng armas. Sa CCTV footage ng Senado, makikita umano si Aplaska na lumapit sa pinto ng veranda area habang may hawak na mahabang baril. Bago ang putukan, nakita rin umano sa video ang isang OSAA personnel na sumilip muna sa bintana para tingnan kung sino ang nasa labas. Pagkabukas ng pinto, kinumpronta ni Aplaska ang NBI agent bago nagpaputok ng 3 beses patungo sa direksyon nito.
At that point, I think he was asking. And at that point, the NBI agent was retreating. At there, stop. You could see that suddenly the reactions of the Marines were in ready position. We assumed that this is the first time shots were fired by General Plaska.
Dahil dito, umatras umano ang NBI agent at nagpaputok ng cover fire habang tumatakbo papalayo sa veranda area. Makikita rin si Aplaska sa susunod na footage na muling nagpaputok patungo sa bintana kahit wala nang direktang putok mula sa kabilang panig. Tumagal lamang na 3 minuto at 20 segundo ang buong insidente mula unang putok hanggang huling putok.
We have also dun sa loob ng Senate before exiting yung exit door, there are 9 pieces caliber 40 fired cartridges as well as 27 9mm fired cartridges and 1 live ammo.
Wala rin umanong nakitang bullet holes na mula sa labas papasok ng Senado. 3 baril na umano ang natukoy ng investigasyon ngunit hindi pa kasama rito ang armas ni Aplaska dahil hindi umano ito sumipot sa CIDG para isumite ang kanyang baril sa ballistic examination. Nilinaw naman ni Remulla na humiling ng seguridad ang GSIS para maiwasan ang anumang gulo.
Because Senator Bato had called for a people power movement and had there been anarchy in the building, the GSIS contains billions of pesos of worth of artworks that are displayed in their walls. Had there been an overflow of people going to GSIS, the losses would have been incredible.
Michelle Gilliam para sa ALLTV News, Channel 2.
Ngayong mayroon ng impeachment court kay Vice President Sara Duterte, formal nang humarap ang mga mambabatas na tatayong mga prosecutor mula sa House of Representatives. Hinati sa 4 na toka ang mga pagtutuunan ng pansin ng 11 prosecutor. Ayon na rin sa nilalaman ng Articles of Impeachment. Narito ang report. Inilatag na ng House Prosecution Panel ang mga gampani ng 11 mambabatas na uupong prosecutors sa impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Sa 4 na punto ng Articles of Impeachment, may kanya-kanyang toka ang prosekusyon. Para sa threats and destabilization, pangungunahan ito ni Representative Lawrence Defensor. Sa bribery complaint, si Representative Joel Chu ang mangunguna. Si Representative Terry Ridon ang lead sa usapin ng unexplained wealth umano ng bise. At sa usapin ng confidential funds, si Lead Prosecutor Jervil Luistro ang mangunguna. Inihayag ng House Prosecution Panel na handa na silang humarap sa impeachment. Binigyan diin ni Lead Prosecutor Jervil Luistro na mahalagang hindi lamang mag-convene ang impeachment court, kundi maituloy agad ang paglilitis alinsunod sa itinakda ng konstitusyon. Inaasahan nilang agad na susunod ang presentasyon ng mga testigo at gayon din sa ebidensya matapos ang pre-trial.
Nevertheless, let us all be reminded that what is mandated to be forthwith is not only the convening, it is the trial that is mandated to be forthwith. We therefore look forward that after the pre-trial, we will immediately proceed to the presentation of witnesses, presentation of evidence, and consequently to the judgment. By judgment, it's only either acquittal or conviction.
Sinabi rin ng panel na kumpiyansa silang mapapatunayan ang mga aligasyon laban sa Vice-Presidente. Matagal na raw nilang pinaghandaan ang kaso at marami umano silang hawak na ebidensya at mga testigo.
We have more evidence to support the same, and we have witnesses to present, and we are certain that once the evidence is presented in the Senate impeachment court, we can secure a conviction.
Partikular na binigyan diin ng mga prosecutor ang usapin ng umano'y unexplained wealth at paggamit umano ng confidential funds ng bise. Ayon kay Representative Terry Ridon, maaari pang iharap sa Senado ang mga dagdag na dokumento at ebidensya na hindi pa nailabas noong mga pagdinig sa Kamara. Kabilang ang umano'y pagbubukas ng ilang records sa BIR at ang usapin ng bank accounts.
Well, yun po unexplained wealth, ano po talaga ito, no? Masaklaw po talaga yung kaso po na ito. So, we will be deploying more prosecutors po for this particular aspect of the case. Kasi nakita niyo naman po in the course of the House Justice Committee proceedings, marami pong mga opisina, ahensya, at witnesses at dokumento pong pinag-uusapan dito. So, each and every prosecutor will be presenting an entirely different set of agencies, documents, and witnesses po.
Sa ngayon, hinihintay pa ng prosecution panel ang formal na pagsisimula ng pre-trial at ang pagsusumite ng mga kaukulang sagot mula sa kampo ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Sa mga balita sa probinsya, isa patay matapos makuryente sa kasagsagan ng ulan sa Davao City. Preemptive evacuation ikinasa matapos tumaas ang level ng tubig sa Bunawan River. At bahay at inipong pera naabo sa sunog sa Lezo, Aklan. Mabilis sa balitang hatid ni Era Joy Briones mula Kalibo Cable News.
Patay ang isang gasoline boy matapos makuryente at malunod sa kasagsagan ng malakas na ulan sa Davao City kaninang madaling araw. Natagpuan ng otoridad ang bangkay ng lalaki na residente ng Manay, Davao Oriental na palutang-lutang habang nagsasagawa ng rescue operation sa lugar. Nagsagawa naman ng preemptive evacuation ang otoridad matapos tumaas ang level ng tubig sa Banawan River. Umabot hanggang hita ang baha sa Dumlas Road sa Barangay Buhangin. Umabot din hanggang dibdib ang tubig sa Barangay Namaa sa lakas ng ulan. Hindi rin natuloy ang misa sa St. Mary of Perpetual Rosary sa Buhangin matapos pumasok ang tubig sa loob ng simbahan sa lakas ng ulan. Nananawagan din ng simbahan sa mga parokyano na tulungan sila sa paglilinis ng simbahan pag nawala na ang baha. 3 bahay naman ang nasira sa insidente ng landslide sa Barangay Magtuod. Tinatayang 15 individual ang apektado sa pagguho ng lupa sa lugar. Bumagsak naman ang tulay sa Kalawa-Mandog Bridge sa Barangay Kalawa dahil sa matinding pag-ulan. Inabisuhan ang mga motorista na kumuha ng alternatibong daan. Samantala, nag-abiso naman ang Pag-asa Mindanao ng thunderstorm watch sa Davao Region sa susunod na 12 oras. Naabo ang buong bahay kasama ang 50,000 pesos na pera ni Arsenio Timaan matapos sumiklab ang sunog sa Sitio Hunod, Barangay Agkawilan, Lezo kahapon. Sa eksklusibong panayam ng Kalibo Cable News kay Arsenio Timaan, pansamantalang naninirahan sa nasunog na bahay, umalis umano siya pasado alas 10 ng umaga. Pagdating niya ng tanghali, nadatnan na lamang niyang naabo na ang kanyang tinitirahan. Kabilang sa mga natupok sa sunog ang ilang appliances, 4 na sakong palay, bigas, mga damit at 50,000 pesos na cash na inipon niya pampagawa sana ng bagong bahay. Dahil sa insidente, hindi umano alam ni Timaan kung paano muling makakabangon kaya humihingi siya ng tulong mula sa may mga mabubuting kalooban. Patuloy naman ang ginagawang investigasyon ng mga otoridad upang matukoy ang sani ng naturang sunog. Era J. Briones para sa ALLTV News Channel 2.
Sa sports balita, Pinay tennis sensation Alex Ayala bigong umabante sa Strasbourg Open. WTA ranking umangat sa 38th spot. At San Antonio Spurs wagi kontra OKC Thunder sa double overtime sa Game 1 ng NBA Western Conference Finals.
And it goes long and
Napaaga ang exit ni Pinay tennis sensation Alex Ayala matapos talunin ni Alexandra Olinikova sa round of 32 ng Strasbourg Open. Maganda sana ang naging opening set ni Ayala kung saan nakuha niya ang first set 6-3. Pero dito na bumawi si Olinikova para kunin ang panalo sa dalawang magkasunod na set. Natapos ang laban 3-6, 7-5 at 6-3. Bago ang kanyang kampanya sa French Open, umangat sa 38th spot ang WTA ranking ng dalaga.
missed on purpose, trying to get the rebound. It's fought for. Wembanyama secures it.
Nanaig naman ang San Antonio Spurs sa double overtime ng Game 1 sa Western Conference Finals kontra defending champs OKC Thunder sa overtime 112-115.
Lobbing. Wembanyama!
Nanguna si Victor Wembanyama para sa San Antonio Spurs na gumawa ng playoff career high 41 points, 24 rebounds at 3 blocks.
Harper.
Nag-ambag naman si Dylan Harper ng career high 24 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists at 7 steals.
Castle's got a pass.
Gumawa din si Stephen Castle ng 17 points, 6 rebounds at 11 assists. Nanguna naman para sa OKC Thunder ang veterano si Alex Caruso na gumawa ng playoff career high 31 points, 8 rito ang mula sa 3-point range. Habang 24 points, 12 assists at 5 steals naman ang ginawa ni reigning MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. At yan ang mga balitang nakalap ng ALLTV News. Para sa iba pang balitang mabilis, bisitahin ang aming website, alltv.ph/news. I-like at i-follow din ang aming social media accounts. Ako po si Ralph Lopez. Magandang gabi.